All right, guys. So the long-awaited update for the indicator is now live, and this is the training video for it. Let's go over the kind of things that we're looking for. Let's just go over the indicator in general. So what we're looking at is this indicator right here. I'm going to clear off anything else that does not pertain. So here is the current indicator. Now, if I go like this and reset settings, here's everything that comes with it. So looking at the chart, you've got the trend bars, which color code the candles. You've got the ATR trailing stop. You've got the entry zone with the upper and lower limits. You've got the 21 EMA, and you've got the buy signals and sell signals. The original signals, these are updated and improved, so you will see newer ones. And then you've got the momentum reversal signals, and we're going to walk through each piece of this. Okay, so first things first, the buy signals and sell signals are what you see here that will show up within the entry zone. Okay, this means price moves in two different ways. So here's your mean price, 21 EMA. What you're going to see price do typically is you're going to see, well, what you're going to see is usually what you'll see is price will trade sideways, come back to that moving average, and then explode away from it. Come back to the moving average, explode away from it. Come back to the moving average, it might break through, and then create the trend the opposite way, which is a downtrend. Okay. So our goal with these signals here are to catch the moves, these expansions away from the moving average, away from the 21 EMA. Okay. And then these signals here are meant to indicate, hey, we're losing momentum and we might head back to the moving average. Okay. So there's really just two ways a stock can trade, and it's this here where you can either trade, this is the moving average. It's either going to, let's see, explode away from it or come back to it. Those are the two types of trades you can do. You can either catch the explosion away from it here or the move back to it. Okay. These concepts are the reversion to the mean, move away from the mean, all these things that we've, if you go watch my training videos, you will see those. I'm not going to go in depth here. Here is to go over the indicator. Okay. So, with that being said, um, these signals here are meant to represent the explosion away from the mean. They're meant to simplify the whole thing. And we used to have signals that were printing outside the entry zone, but I'm no longer going to include those because it creates too much confusion. It creates FOMO between traders, and I'm trying to give you the best possible opportunities to excel in trading. And it creates too much emotional decisions. So we're sticking with the entry signals, and I made the entry signals easy signals a lot cleaner and quicker to enter. Okay, so these signals were not shown in the prior indicator set. This one was not shown. These were not shown. Um, this was shown. These were not shown. Yeah, so this is a really useful tool for the indicators. So, okay, so what we've got here is you've got the buy signals that are here. You've got your profit target here. So when you get a buy signal printing here, your goal is for it to hit the profit target up here. That's what you're looking for, okay? And then if you are looking for a sell signal, so these move dynamically. So like if I go back and let's take a look at a sell signal because it works in the opposite way. So we have a sell signal right there. Here's our target to the downside, this red line. The green line is the target to the upside, red line is the target to the downside, okay? If we go through here, we see, okay, now the profit target is hit, and that's where you're taking profit. You can leave runners, blah, blah, blah. Here was your entry. Once it moves outside of this entry zone here, this cloud in the background, you don't want to enter trades. You only want to enter trades within this zone. Okay. That red line is the kind of last chance for you to get in before there. And then simply, if it doesn't have a signal on the candle, then you don't take it because it's outside the entry zone. And then you've got this up here, which is the line in the sand for the upper end. Okay. So that's just a quick overview for the signals. So there's an example there. And then let's go in replay mode. So let's say you enter when the candle closes and or just before the candle closes, your profit target is this green line up here. Okay. Boom, your profit target was hit. You leave some runners and then you can let this thing play out. Okay. So that's the buy and sell signals. Super, super simple. Stop losses, you guys know if you can do a close below the 21 EMA, you can use ATR stops, you can use it below the red line, the green line if you're going short, so on and so forth. You can use the trailing stop if you like, all up to you. Okay. The next tool is the trailing stop indicator. So, well, okay, first let's go over this. There's two types of signals. And so if I pull this up, there are the regular buy and sell signals and then the A plus. Okay. A plus is green and red, and then the regular signals are white. Okay. Neither of these are similar to any of the signals that we had before. I mean, they are similar, but they have some major updates and changes. Okay. So, A plus in this sense does not mean the same thing as A plus before this update and vice versa. Okay. Um, and then so the white are the regular buy signals and sell signals, and then the green and red are the other buy signals. And if the arrow or the triangle is pointing up, that's a buy signal. That's a buy signal. If the arrow is pointing down, it is a sell signal. Okay. Very simple, right? And then from there, what we've got is we have this entry zone, which is in the back, this clouded area, which shows you the buy and sell signal or the where you want to enter within the trade. So if it's outside the zone, you don't want to enter, it's too extended. If it's inside that zone, that's when you're looking for buy signals and seeing if it's something setting up. Okay. These signals work on any time frame. They're good for any time frame. Then you've got the ATR trailing stop, which is so if price is above it, it's going to be this light blue. If it is below it, it's going to be this purple color. So this is a way to trail your profit. So let's say when it hit the target right here on this day, you can use the trailing stop. And then when it broke the trailing stop, you could have taken profit when it broke it on this day here. So trailing stop, you can use it on different time frames. It's a good tool to use to trail your profits. And so like for example, sell signal here, and then here is where you would have taken profit on the trailing stop. Okay. So super simple. If price is above it, it's trending above it. When it breaks, it's going to change color. And so you can see how effective it can be when it broke below. Then we started trending lower, broke above, trended higher, broke below, trended lower, broke above, trended higher. And then we had a little bit of a shakeout here. Okay. Um, then from there, what we've got is the trend bars. So these trend bars are not the same as the prior trend bars. They are completely different. This is actually something that is completely different. So um, the goal with this is to give it to make you help you make really sound decisions in what kind of market environment we are in and so on and so forth. So like if we're looking at SPY or green means bullish. That's bullish market conditions, whether you're looking at SPY, whether you're looking at Hood, whatever stock you're looking at, NVIDIA. If it's green trend bars, then it is in a bullish trend. And then when you see that combined with a buy signal, that's usually a really good sign. Okay. Uh, so yeah, so then yellow, you want to think of these candles as like a stoplight. So your green means go and bullish, right? Yellow means caution, slow down, whatever you want to call it. So that means be patient here. The picture's not too clear. Okay. Um, and the picture might be changing. And then red means we are bearish. Okay. So that means we're in a bearish trend, a downtrend. Okay. So the way I like to use this is I use it on the weekly and the daily charts for SPY because I am a swing trader. So when I'm looking at these, when you can see here, so we were trending higher and we were green. When we flip to yellow, it's like, okay, I want to stop buying calls and going long, buying shares on stocks right now. And then you can see when it flipped red, there's no reason for me to try and buy anything. Okay. This is a downtrend. The only thing we want to be doing is shorting stocks. So with SPY, I use this as my overall market gauge. Okay. So I'm saying, uh, if we're green, okay, we're good to go. I'm playing calls, I'm buying stock. That's how I'm focused on trading. When they turn yellow, okay, I chill out a little bit, trade a little smaller size, wait for us to regain that momentum, and then I go from there. Okay. And then when we're red, I'm only looking to short stocks. And most importantly, I'm closing the long positions that I have because the market conditions have now changed. So these trend bars are probably one of the best things I've put together. I'm a huge, huge fan of them. It's right up there with the actual buy and sell signals themselves. But this is probably my second favorite. Okay. Um, and you use these, and then when it starts to shift, you can see here when we came off this low, right? We still had red trend bars, and then we started to turn green, and then we had this beautiful trend. A few yellow lights in here, but remained a green most of the time. And it gives you a pretty good gauge of when to stop. So, like, here's a really nice trend. We flipped to green. We're trending higher, trending higher. Oh, we turned yellow. Okay, press the brakes. Oh, we're red now. I'm no longer looking to buy calls. I'm probably closing my long positions and then waiting for this to play out or getting short. Okay. Um, and so I use these and I can use these on any stock. So any stock that I'm looking at, we can look at Hood or Hut is a good example of how you can see the transition of how these develop. So I go to the weekly chart. You can see we've gone from red bars to yellow to green with a buy signal. Boom. Red to yellow to green. Boom. So it's a good transition tool to tell red to yellow, back to red to yellow to green. Boom. It's a good way to tell when the market is shifting. Okay. So let's see here. Can take a look at maybe Tesla. Red. So we went from green to yellow to red. Then went back to yellow. And this is just telling you, okay, the nature of the stock is changing and it's giving you that visual. And then, oh, look at that. Boom, huge move, right? Okay, so then you can use this as a way to determine when the market is changing. And it's really helpful um, on stocks. Okay. And overall market conditions. This is huge. So like when we had this big sell off, you can see we had green bars all the way through. Then we got yellow. Okay, stop adding longs. Oh, now we're into red, and then we had that sell off. But even more importantly, you could have spotted it early or on the daily chart when we went to yellow, then to red, and then boom. Okay. Really powerful, really, really awesome tool. Okay. Then the next thing we have the reversal signals. So these are telling you when the momentum, we've been heading downside for a while. Okay. Momentum is beginning to shift. All right. I wouldn't be pressing longs here or so like here we have a buy signal, reversal buy signal. I wouldn't be trying to heavily get short on any stocks because we're getting this reversal signal. Same thing here, okay? So what you like to see is reversal signal, then we flip to yellow, then to green, and then look at that trend. Beautiful, right? So this is meant to represent the reversion to the mean that I was talking about. You've got your moving average. We have pushes away from this, which is the algo signals, right? These right here, that's those when we're pushing away. And then when we're pulling back, we're looking for the mean reversion signals. So that would be these here. I'm not necessarily trading these, but I am using them to gauge, should I be buying more calls here? Should I be buying more stock or should I be waiting for a pullback? In this case, it would have been waiting for a pullback because we got the sell signal here and then we got this move down. The arrow pointing down indicates that it's a sell signal. arrow pointing up indicates it's a buy signal. And these tools are the main, like these trend bars and these mean reversion signals are majorly important for me because when I'm looking at trading stock or trading or focusing on market conditions, the S&P 500, the QQQ, IWM, figuring out what are those doing? Okay. And it makes it super simple. Okay. Are we in a bullish market or bearish? Oh, SPY, green trend bars. Okay. I'm bullish. Okay, they're green, right? But we've got the sell signal. Maybe I'm gonna be cautious on adding longs. We're losing momentum to the upside. So like here's an example of when you could take profits. You had a buy signal here, and then we get this move up, and then we get the sell signal here, mean reversion signal. Okay, maybe you take profits here. And then you wait, and then notice you didn't go much higher. And then you can reload here with the buy signal, and we have yet to get a sell signal. Okay. So those are the mean reversion ones. So the dark blue is sell signals, and the yellow are buy signals. So if we look on the weekly chart, that's where it's really, really powerful, especially indicating market trends. So you can see we had a sell signal here, and then we had this big flush. Then we had the buy signal here, huge reversal, right? Now we are getting a sell signal here, so we'll see if momentum starts to die out. It might be something like this right here, where we had a little more move up, and then we came back to the 21. Okay. So that's the mean reversion signals. And then we have the volume dots here. So anytime you see the volume dots showing up, that means that there is above average volume. Okay. When we have above average volume, that means uh, that there's a lot of participants in the market. Okay. And so that's what that is. And then all of this is fully customizable. If I go to the indicator, you can change the colors, you can change the shapes, whatever you want to do. So here you can change the trailing stop color, you can change the arrow colors, you can change the trend colors, you can change the ATR for the profit targets, and you can make the entry zone less visible or more visible, however you want to do it. So like if I move this to like 10%, okay, and then I can, let's say I want to remove the volume spikes. I want to remove the trailing stop. I want to remove, oh, last thing to talk about. So the fired signal. So what do these circles mean? This means if you've studied the squeeze and you've learned about it, which you should before you even trade this indicator, you've got the squeeze. These are signals showing the squeeze is fired. Okay, so this is showing it's fired to the downside. The red dot squeeze is fired to the downside. This one's showing the black dot squeeze is now fired to the downside. Okay, that means that it's actually playing out. Okay, so there's an example there where it's fired, and then for the upside, there's an upside signal that's fired. That means it's fired there. We don't really do too much with that. It's just a good tool to have visually on the chart. But if you want to remove it, take it off. Okay. Then if you want to remove the upper and lower bands, this is how I usually look at my charts and throw the trailing stop on there when I want to. But uh, yeah, so this is it, guys. This is what we're looking to do and how we're looking to trade. And so this makes it super simple. And I think the trend bars are the biggest update out of all of this. So, okay, if you see uh, you have these reversal signals for short-term moves, major bottoms, things like that. A major bottom, it works really well for the bottom, but then it really helps to understand what are the market conditions. Okay. So like here's a great example. You've got green, 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 green. Oh, market conditions are shifting. Okay, I'm not going to keep buying longs. Now there's buy signals here. So this is where it really comes in handy. You have a mean reversion sell signal. You get yellow candles, and that's kind of how you see it deteriorate. And then you've got the buy signals, then they didn't work. You've got the yellow candles. So something you can pull from this, better trades usually come from having green or red bars. Okay. But then you had the sell off, you had the reversal, never broke the lows. And then there you go. Same thing here, reversal, boom. And then, okay, there's a yellow signal here. But you can see there was a green one or a yellow with a signal here. There was a green one here that came right after. And then there you go. Um, but yeah, okay. I hope this helps. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. reach out to me, DM me, um, and we'll get together and work together. If don't just trade this and not understand what's going on, book a coaching call, do what you need to do. But yeah, these are the updates. Hope this helps, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks.